What's up, everybody? We are finally back for another episode of Champagne Gains. I'm Coach Beckyn.
And Coach Kiki is here in the building.
She is here. She is um done 2 shows this year, and we're going to talk all about that today.
Yeah,
But
I'm still kind of tan from show
yes,
number 2, which is nice. I love the post, like the most of my body looks good, and then you have like the
yeah. And then
the
when it
whip.
starts really coming off, like it's so nasty, and you're like if you like scratch your body, you get it like under your nails. I hate the like transition.
Yes, yeah. Just let me always be orange, and then I'll be fine.
Right?
Permanent pro tan color.
I love it. It's much better than having tan lines like I have right now. I got fucking fried on Sunday. I got fried on Saturday, and then I was like, oh, I got my fry in for the year. And then I was like, I'm good. Nope.
At least you've been able to enjoy part of your summer.
Yes. Yes. Just in time for finish prep, just in time to move and have a pool available to me.
Yeah. It's wild that it's like the end of July already. Like wild.
I no, I cannot believe it. Like,
Mm-mm.
where did this year go?
No, I mean, I think we were just so focused on you competing.
Yes,
Pretty much
that's
it.
where it went.
That was pretty much it. We both went through, big transitions at the end of last year, early this year, and then it was just like go time for prep for you. And so that was my
Right.
focus.
Yeah. And it's been such a weird transition out of prep, like for me and like our dynamic, because we talked at least twice a week, like via check-in. Well, it was way more than that because we were like always messaging about it or like posing or checking in or doing one thing or the other. And then all of a sudden, then it's just like, okay, checking in once a week, and then you're traveling, so we're not even doing our podcast. And it's like, I feel so strained. I feel lost.
Yeah. Well, there was one time we were supposed to podcast and Beckyn texted me. She's like, so are you like coming on? I was like, oh shit, I'm on the treadmill right now. And it just like completely went over my
That
head.
was your first peak week. Yeah. I
Yeah.
well because it was on it, we were just supposed to do it on a different day. And I was just sitting here and I was like, I wonder if it was not even like, where are you? It was like, are you alive? Like, isn't that weird to think though? Like we could die in our apartment, and how long would it take for someone to know?
Yes. Yep. I've literally thought that.
Happy thoughts this Thursday.
Yeah. It was so weird because it literally went from like you competing and then it was just like game time for me. And I just kind of like went into like hyper focus mode because I
Yeah.
didn't think I would be competing as early as I started.
Hmm.
I was thinking like I would go in, I don't know, end of July, August. I really had no idea because Ben gave me no indication
Right.
until he was like, all right, Atlanta. And I was like, oh shit, like we're ready? I don't think I'm ready. Like, I think that's been the weirdest thing about this prep is I I was talking to my physical therapist about it. I was like, I honestly don't even know when I started cutting. I have no idea like that it's been like easy.
Yeah, it wasn't like that long either. I mean, I'd have to go back into our group chat with Lacey to look at like what day you were like, it's happening.
Yeah.
But it went by like, well, from my perspective, it went by so fast. And you're like a fucking killer and just like pushing through and not complaining about anything. And like it was easy for you.
Yeah, it was so easy. I mean, this it was nice not like having a show date in mind that I'm like counting down towards. So I literally just would wake up every day and like do what Ben told me to do
Yeah.
and then just focus on my athletes and clients. So
Hmm.
like I never have really felt like I was in prep.
Yeah.
I think he just set me up so well in this improvement season that like I wasn't going off the rails, or I was literally just eating on plan. I would have like a meal out maybe with my family here and there, and
Mhm.
that's it. And
Yeah.
other than that, I was just like, it was like the same thing
Right.
day, like, and I think that sounds boring and monotonous to some people, but it helped so much in this prep that like I said, it hasn't felt like a prep. I mean, there's definitely like towards the end when we were doing some of like the low, no carb
Mhm.
days where like it was rough, but like I knew we weren't doing that for like weeks on end. It was just
Right.
like a couple days of depletion, and then I would have a super high day. And like on those days, it was just so weird. It's so weird to think about. Like
Yeah.
cardio was never really like hard.
Mhm.
Like
It,
I enjoyed it. I
yeah.
it so weird. So weird.
It's, we thrive with a routine, and that's like, that's all you have to do. We thrive with routine, obviously, like eating the same food every day. So I literally have a post ready to post about this today, but like it might look boring, but it makes you feel good. And like just knowing exactly what you're going to eat when makes things so much easier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's like, all right, well, I'm out of tilapia and ground turkey. Time to make 4 pounds
Easy.
more. And like it was simple, and it just really, I think, put me in such a good mindset, especially with my Instagram getting disabled, that I wasn't focusing on what other pros were doing or how they were looking and all this stuff. I was literally just doing exactly what Ben told me to do, and that was it.
Yeah. And that's all you need to do. Dude,
Yeah.
like, that improvement season for you was killer. Like
Yeah.
such a good
I mean,
move.
I came in like I think it ended up being 9 pounds heavier this year than last year. So my 2023 stage weight was 111.
Yeah.
And for reference, I'm 5'3". Um, I don't know the exact number that I was at on show day. I'd have to
Mhm.
like go through um my phone, but I was first show probably like we were at like 120, and then
Mhm.
for Vegas I was at 121.4.
Dude,
Yeah.
that's so cool.
Yeah. It was
Love
awesome. I
it.
mean, it was so cool, I think, for me to experience the like watching Ben like peak his athletes and help me with your peak for
Mhm.
your 3 shows, and being in person at those shows with him.
Yeah.
And then it was finally time for like me to be peaked by him and have him in person at a show for me.
Mhm.
I think that was like probably what I was like most excited for. I'm like, oh yeah, it's finally my time
Yeah.
for to see like what he's gonna do to me. And it was really cool. Like in when we were in Vegas, he was not there unfortunately. But I would like me and Tamikia would check in, and then he would video call us to just like go over the game plan for the next meal. And he was like he obviously peaked in person at Atlanta, and then at the Vegas show he was like trying to, since he wasn't there and couldn't like touch and
Yeah.
see the movement in person. He was like, all right, so how are you feeling? I'm thinking this for your first meal. And I was like, yeah, I agree. So it was kind of nice to have like that collaboration, and like
Mhm.
it's like I was able to hear what he was doing for Tamikia, and we're very different physiques. She's much
Right.
harder. She's a little bit smaller. She's taller than I am, but I'm actually heavier. So like depending on like he was giving her X amount of carbs and water, and for me, I was like, I do not need like 90 grams of carbs for meal one. Like
Right.
I don't need that to fill
Yeah.
out. I just need a little bit less water than she did, and then just like a moderate amount of carbs. So it was cool to like have that collaboration effort, which
Yeah.
I
Yeah, and
like.
I feel, well, obviously with like my peak weeks, like you know how he operates. And then I think it was cool for you to like see that before it was your turn. And then it's just like, oh shit, this works.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is it.
And like this has just been like such like I always want to kick myself for like not having been at the earlier parts of my career.
Mhm.
I mean, yes, I've learned like from bad experience, not like just different
Learn the wrong way to do things.
learned the wrong things, and now like seeing the right ways to do things. Like, yo, if we didn't fill me out by like Friday, like there's no reason for try to shove 7 flavored rice cakes down my throat at 5 a.m. or eat a pack of donuts or like any of this stupid shit. Like it's you have to fill out the physique first, and then you just like maintain that look.
Yeah.
So like it just makes me feel so much better on show day because I'm not shoving food down my throat. My core is always my biggest like mental struggle because I don't have like a long, tiny core.
Mhm.
Like I can't be eating that much food on show day for
Yeah.
me to feel my best.
Right.
Um, I want to feel empty because for the Atlanta show, we did we had burger and fries on Friday night.
Mhm.
Um, and then he checked us over like, 60 minutes after that meal, and he was like, "All right, Kiki, here's the thing. Do you want to eat another meal right now? Or would you want to eat more tomorrow?" And I was like, I will eat a meal right now. So
Yeah.
after the burger and fries, we even ate more because I didn't want to, we knew I would, look tighter in the morning
Mhm.
after sleeping. And I'm like, I don't want to be shoving food down my throat to try to catch up to fill out. I would much
Yeah.
rather go to bed a little bit spilled over, which I wasn't even spilled over,
Right.
than have to just eat, eat, and eat. So like for Atlanta, I had like a normal like, rice and peanut butter tilapia meal in the morning. And
Mhm.
then like right before we got to the venue, I had like 2 chocolate rice cakes and some nut butter. And then we literally just went on stage. It was so seamless.
That's,
Like
I love it.
we didn't have to like, you see girls backstage like downing like Reese's or so much like, oh my God, rice cakes and honey, let me get this down my throat.
And they
Like,
have no one there with them.
no, no. Or even if their coaches are there, they're like, hey, eat this right now, eat this right now. And it's
Like, what
like,
are you doing?
what is that? That's literally doing nothing for you. Like,
Yeah.
nothing. There's at that point you need salt and like water.
Yeah.
Like that rice cake that you ate is doing nothing for you.
That doesn't,
Maybe
yeah.
like, oh, I think we maybe had like 4 chips when we were pumping up backstage for Atlanta.
Because he stole your gummies.
Yeah, and that's literally it. And
What
then
kind
like
of
for
chips were they?
just Lay's
Oh.
regular. Those are his favorite. So we just eat what Ben like. Ben really likes Reese's. He likes gummy candy, and he likes
That checks
plain
out.
chips. I remember one of my peaks or one of my show days when I was going um pro. It was like me, Marissa Ale, and Allegra. We would like try to find the lowest amount of volume of chips, but the highest amount of sodium. And same thing with the candy, like the highest amount of sugar with the least amount of volume. We like did research on every single
Write a
thing,
dissertation on it.
literally. Bugles and like sugar babies.
Yeah.
I think is what
Bugles.
um but yeah, like it's the show days have been so easy. Atlanta was so calm. Like we got there on Thursday and me, Tamikia, and Ben were in an Airbnb. We tanned.
Did
We
you do spray tan?
No, he did we did our tans and then he did like our top coats and stuff just to make sure everything was seamless.
Yeah,
But yeah, we did it all by ourselves.
nice.
So we tanned, we posed, we ate, we went and got like walked to get coffee and we just like chilled the fuck out.
Chill. I
It
love
was
it.
so nice. And then same thing for like Saturday morning of that show. We had our makeup appointments were early at like, like 5:30 or something.
Hmm.
And then it was just like waiting.
Yeah.
Like it was just like so easy. And pretty
Uh,
much the same thing for Vegas too. I mean, the travel to get there was a little bit nuts with the Microsoft's shutdown or whatever the
right.
heck it was. I don't think me and Tamikia went to sleep until 2 a.m. on Friday at the hotel. And then we got woken up by Ben. He's like, where, like, I need your check-ins in 5 minutes. I'm like, dude, you told us to sleep in.
Yeah.
This is like 8 a.m. We're like, all right, well, I guess we'll get our day started. But then again, it was just like our athlete check-ins were at 1
Yeah, they're
p.m.,
pretty
I
early.
think. And then we just hung
Just
out.
hung
Like it
out.
was so easy.
That's the best. Like just having that stress-free, like you just get to chill before it just feels so good.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. I felt so good both shows.
Yeah,
And for the Vegas show, Daniela, one of the other team pro ops, pro bikini girls, she was there doing our makeup. So we had our show mom already there.
that's the
Um,
best.
and then she was like making us do content and she was like, all right, show your earrings. And yeah,
Oh,
it was so cool. And this is my first muscle contest show that I did with the Patriots Challenge.
yeah,
So well ran. Oh my
right.
God. Yeah. Um, I mean, it was everything was at the like resort. So
Mhm.
like we went on Pro Bikini for pre-judging at 11. I think we left our room at 20 after 10, wheeled ourselves over there, got glazed, pumped
Hell
up and
yeah.
on, and then we were done. And
That's
then finals was at 3 p.m. It was so nice.
that is the best.
So like we kicked off, I think they did like the men had it really good. I think or because we were the only pro division there, but the men's amateurs, their finals were before us. I think it was at 2 p.m. for finals for them.
Oh,
So they were done super early. And then we
yeah.
were super early. So I think we were back at the room like after we got pictures and we got judges feedback at like 4:30 or
Oh
something.
my gosh.
It
God
was
bless.
it was amazing. And
Every show needs to be like that.
it was such a chill vibe. Like no one was yelling at us. Like, backstage, it was cute. They had this little like corner just for the pros and they all had like red like covers on the chairs and I don't know. It felt like prestigious even
Bougie.
though
Yeah,
like
yes.
it wasn't a big deal.
That's for pros only.
But it was just awesome. Like I don't know if all muscle contest shows are like that. But they had banner or like those big backdrops everywhere. So there's tons of
Oh,
places to get pictures. And they had like ring lights and stuff for photos. So
that's awesome.
overall, very, very happy with both of those shows. The Atlanta Pro is kind of weird. Um, because it was in like a theater. So like the backstage or like the holding tank, it was like down in like a practice studio. And to get to like the actual backstage, we had to like walk down this hallway, go up this big freight elevator, and and so we got
Oh,
lost. It was
you had
that
to
was
like pull the elevator up yourself.
yeah, that was weird. I didn't really like that.
That's scary.
Um, yeah.
I feel like
Um,
every place with a theater like stage is like the backstage setup is interesting.
yeah, so when I did um junior USA's and another show in Charleston at the Solitol Theater or whatever downtown, it was the same thing. It was like in this down in the basement, and then we had to walk up all these tiny little stairs, and there was
Uh,
it was yeah, that was weird. All the ones in the theaters are weird.
yeah.
Um the Danielle show at the Della Garcia Classic in Texas, that was really nice. It was in a good theater, but the dressing rooms were literally like right by where the backstage
Oh,
was. That
nice.
was good.
The Minnesota one was good too.
Same thing, Minnesota, the Milwaukee Pro, that was at that really pretty theater, and it was the same thing, like just super simple, but I don't know. It's so weird now, like not weird, but like I've done so many different shows. I've never done the same pro show twice.
Yeah,
And you start to see which shows like I would want to go back to.
right.
'Cause once I get my
Agree, me too.
yeah, once I get my Olympia qualification, after I get to the Olympia, my goal is to literally just compete to have to have fun and
Mhm.
experience. Not that I'm not having fun right now, but
Right.
literally just pick the shows that I want to go back to or places I
Mhm.
want to go. And there's some that I'm like, oh nope, not going back to that one.
Yeah, I think that's what I said on Celeste's podcast. I was like, she, asking about what I want to do now. I don't know that I desire to go to the Olympia, but like I want to compete like for fun. Like I want to go to the shows, like the Lake Tahoe one. Like I want to go where I can like see, like make it a vacation almost, because it's like every show that we do is you get there Thursday, you don't do anything, you don't see anything, and then you want to get the F out of there on Sunday.
hmm
But just traveling to the different places and good shows.
Yeah. Tahoe's definitely on my list.
Yeah.
Not, I don't know this year, but definitely in the future. I think we should both do Hawaii.
Oh,
I would
yes.
1000% do that show again.
Yeah, I am down for that.
Yeah, yeah.
We also have decided that when we win or if we compete in the same show, that like it's gonna be a tie. We're a
Yeah.
package deal.
Yeah. We like walk out on stage like holding hands together.
And now we have double posers.
Yeah. It's like the GIF with the two like
Yeah,
girls. Yeah.
yeah.
That's literally like we could coordinate it. We come in from the opposite sides, hit our pose.
It's like in Step Brothers when they interview as a team. I'm sorry, who is this man sitting behind you?
Yes, literally.
How did you feel with like stage presence?
Um, I didn't feel too bad. Obviously, the first time back on stage, it's just kind of like kicking off the dust a little bit.
Mhm.
Um, but I felt more confident than what I've had in the past. I
Yeah,
think because I just felt so good. Now, there are like refinement things that I need to fix with my posing that Ben keeps yelling at me about. But like I feel good. There's like, and these are just like nitpicky things. Um, so I think I did well. Ben does not think I did well.
what?
I think he just is always, I mean, he's always trying to push us to be our best,
Yeah,
which I appreciate. I, as a coach, like the sandwich method of
yes.
compliment, this is what we need to work on. and then end it with a, but we still did a good job. That is what I'm wanting to hear is you did a good job.
Right.
So I feel good. I just need to like, just like these little things with like making sure I, move my hips and like stand up a little bit taller because my torso is so short. Um, but I think like I felt really good in Vegas, in terms of like my posing routine. Now
Mm-hmm.
on stage, I just need to practice like standing up there for a while because you don't like you almost forget that as like I think a lot of the times competitors and especially amateurs are so focused on the individual routine when
Yeah.
in reality it's not really judged.
Front pose, back pose, practice.
Yeah, and like in your compa and like just in the comparisons. So if we're
Mm-hmm.
up there as pros, like you experienced for even just your first the pro show, like you're standing up
That
there,
hurt.
yeah, for a
Yeah.
long time.
Yeah.
And especially depending on like call outs, because like for pros, normally they have the first call out and then they'll take off the like top three or four and then
Mm-hmm.
scooch the girls in and then add more in. So
Mm-hmm.
if you're one of those girls that gets scooched in from the first call out and
You're there
others are in there,
forever.
you're like in front on the line in front of the judges for like Kimber at Vegas. She was one of the ones that was scooched in. And then she was still up there when I got called off. So she was up there for
Did you
20
get called completely off or did you go back to the sides?
to the sides.
Okay. Which
Because
is still fucking hard.
yeah, because you still have to like be in
You
your
can't
pose.
just relax.
No, no, because they're watching and like especially at this show, we were so close to the judges. Like I could see them watching us. Like
Yeah.
especially in the first call out, they're looking at the sides of who they want to bring back in. And
Hmm.
I wasn't in the initial first call out, but I got sixth place.
Yeah.
So like
I was going to ask about that, but
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, so they called out like 7 or 8 girls, six. I don't know how many they
Yeah.
called out first. And then they called out took the top three out, and
Hmm.
then they added me in, and then they switched me in.
Bad
And I
girl.
think it's kind of like, oh shit, we kind of screwed up on this first call out. So since I got sixth, I should have been in the initial first call out,
Right.
which I would have liked to be able to do that. So then, because that's when a lot of the switching around and comparisons happen. So like,
Hmm.
give me a chance, like get me in that first call out.
Yeah.
That's what we wanted in Atlanta is like, just get me in that first call out so you can actually compare me to the top. Because
Right.
I believe my backside looked, you know, up there.
Yeah.
So it's just like I need to get into that first call out for me to get noticed. And
Hmm.
that's something Adam Bonilla talked to me about. I mean, I'm very friendly with him because obviously he's married to Kimber.
Right.
And Kimber have our good history. So backstage he was asking me what was next. He was like, Kiki, you literally just need you have to find the right show for you to get noticed. And then they'll be like, oh, okay, yeah. So she should always, not always, but she should continually be in like that top call out.
Yeah.
So that, I mean, that was really nice to hear.
That is awesome.
But yeah, I was kind of shocked that I got sixth place. My mom was the one that told me, like, because it was like after finals, and I think I probably could have asked the judges what I ended up placing when I got my feedback, but I was like, I don't like if you're not first, you're last. So
That-
I literally just wanted to get my feedback. I knew that they would post the scorecards later and I could find it. And
mhm.
but we were just chilling at the hotel room after finals. And then my mom texted me and she was like, hell yeah, sixth place. And I was like, oh
But
shit, let me go look.
fucking badass. Yeah, it's so cool to see like your the top six posts. Like that's cake.
That was that was probably like my favorite part. It's like, oh, I made it. I made it into the top.
Yes.
So now we just got to keep moving me up a little bit more.
Yes.
So main goals right now, show is still to be determined. Honestly, we didn't decide I was doing Vegas until a couple hours before the contracts were in. So we're still trying to figure out what my next show is. Like I said, I not like I hate saying that I'm not gonna get to the Olympia this year, but like I'm being just realistic with myself. And I'm still, if I were to end my season soon, I would be happy.
Yeah.
But the goal is obviously I want to get in the top 5 or top 3 and then call it a season and then get back to work.
Never say never though,
Yeah.
I
You never
guess.
know. You never know, but
Yeah. Oh, what's your been your favorite part of your season so far?
um
Also love the red suit.
yeah, I love my look this year.
Yeah.
Everybody
Yeah.
has said that. I love the red. I love the dark hair.
Mhm.
Um, Honestly, my favorite part is, I was with, I think just the show experience with Ben has been really just, I needed that as an athlete.
Yeah.
I mean, shows are fun, but like, I'm here to do a job, and
Mhm.
it's really nice to be taken care of and such attention to detail.
And taken seriously, taken
Yeah.
care of and taken seriously, like you are there to win, like.
hmm And he's like, I was in the airport on Sunday. I had a late flight and he called me and he was like, guess what I'm doing right now? I was like, I don't
Oh,
know.
yeah.
I was like looking at comparisons. And he was like, kind of. I was like looking at my individual posing routine and where I fucked up. He was like, I've already done that. But he was like sending me, he was like, I'm looking at every single one of your stage shots from all of your seasons.
Oh, fun.
And so, no lie, on our message thread, he has side by sides of like, he was like sending me like my very first show back shot, but like, even like some of my shows from 2021 compared to now, back shot compared from the Arnold to now, like, this man, like, I eat, sleep, breathe bikini.
Yeah.
This man, like, literally does it. Like,
Yeah. How,
so I think
how
that's
how does he even find all of those? Because when I go on the website, like even looking at myself, it brings up the pro show and that's it.
were you under a different last name?
For some of them, but like.
Because I told him, I was like, do you remember, or like, just remember, like, I have two last name like I have two profiles on NPC News Online. He's like, oh, I know. He's like, your McClellan is this and this year, and your Cunningham is 2017 to 2020, and then this year. And I was like,
Oh my
what?
God.
So it's like, as he is very hard, but that has just working with him has been amazing. And like
Yeah.
actual show experience, being able to do both the Atlanta show and Vegas with Tamikia has been awesome.
Yeah.
Both so chill, and it's it was like I met her at the Arnold when she did the Arnold this past February. Uh,
Mhm.
and I was still fat. I was in thick season. And then just being able to experience show day with her at Atlanta and then again in Vegas. I mean, she got fourth place in Atlanta and third place in Vegas. So, like I'm like when we like honestly for me, like those in Vegas, I was concerned about her.
Yeah.
Like I was like, she's close. Like, I need to make sure her tan is perfect, her glaze is perfect. Like, she's doing,
Right.
like, I'm communicating with Ben about what she needs to do. So just being able to be there for her, and it's just, it's felt so different in
Yeah.
the best way.
Yeah. This season, I mean, I loved this season so much. I think it's just like growth as a competitor in general. But just being able to like enjoy it and be chill about it. But also fucking win.
Yeah. Yeah, like some of the pros at Vegas, they're like, your vibe and energy is just so much fun.
Oh,
Like we're at athlete check-ins and people try to like take things so serious or they don't even look happy to be there at athlete check-ins. And I'm like, oh my God. Like there's a girl who did her pro debut and I was like, give me your camera, jump up on stage. Like you need to do like you want all of this content as much as like just take the 5 extra minutes right now and let's do some fun shots, do some cool things. Like, and then I'm just like backstage, like just
vibing.
vibing
It's the
and
best. Oh, I
giving
love
the
it.
girls tabs in their suits. Like, I'm just there for, we're there to work, but I'm there for a good time and a good experience for everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I love like getting told that your vibe or your energy is good is like top tier compliment.
yeah, yeah. So we're just going to continue those vibes wherever I go next.
Hell
To
yeah.
you guys will know when I know.
Then we'll take the wheel.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
it's been good to be back.
Yes.
If you guys have any questions or concerns for us, you can find me on Instagram at Beckyn_IFBB Pro. I feel like I haven't been able to say that enough.
No, no, you haven't.
And
Um,
like not getting the apparel is like, okay, how does everyone know?
yeah. People need to know that I'm an IFBB bikini professional.
I can't carry my backpack around me at all times. Anyway,
You can find me on Instagram at Kickers Laugh IFBB Pro. Slide into my DMs if you have smart questions
smart questions only.
or if
Leave
you're
a
curious.
5-star rating and review. Let us know what you think.
I will not give you my address.
Don't even get me fucking started.
That'll be next. We'll do that next.
Yes. All right. My coffee is long gone, but
Long gone.
here's
Cheers.
What's up, guys? Coach Kiki here. I just wanted to thank you for listening to this episode of Champagne Gains. If you loved this episode, please make sure you do all of the things like, subscribe, give us a 5-star rating and review, and share with your champagne bestie. Champagne Gains is also brought to you by Coach Kiki LFG Gym Gear. Unlock the full power of your workouts with Coach Kiki's Let's Fucking Grow hip bands, long resistance bands, cable ankle straps, and hip thrust pads. For all of your sprinkle booty gains, check out CoachKikiLFG.com. Thanks, guys. Cheers.